sperm which is responsible for determining the sex of the child. And today's science tells us that the 23rd pair of chromosomes in the human being it determines the sex of the child. If it's XX, it's a female. If it's XY, then it's a male. So it is the sperm which is responsible for determining the sex. If the X of the sperm takes part in the fertilization, then a female is born. If the Y takes part, then a male is born. And this is exactly what the Qur'an says in Surah Najm, chapter number 53, verse 45 and 46, that we have created the human being from minute quantity of liquid which is ejaculated. Minute quantity of liquid, ejaculated means it has to be a male fluid. In Surah Qiyamah, chapter number 75, verse number 37 to 39, that we have created the human being from a minute quantity of sperm. We have created the human being from minute quantity of sperm, then made it into an alaka, then made the alaka into mudga, and give it sex, male and female. The Quran says that the sperm is responsible for the sex of the child, whether it's male or female. In this country of ours, this great country India, for reasons known best to the Indians, in India mainly, most of the people, they prefer having sons rather than daughters. And if a lady gives birth to a daughter, very often the mother-in-law, she will blame the daughter-in-law that why did you give birth to a daughter? According to science and the Quran, if the mother-in-law has to blame anyone, she should not blame the daughter-in-law, she should blame the son. Because it is the male fluid which is responsible for the second sex of the child, male or female. Actually, it's in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the one who makes it, male or female. But if the mother-in-law has to blame anyone, she should blame the son. He is responsible for the child, male or female. The Quran says in Surah Az-Zumar, chapter 39, verse number 6, that we have made the human beings in stages, one after the other, in 3 waves of darkness. According to Zakir Niak, he said that this verse of the Quran, when it mentions the 3 waves of darkness, it refers to the anterior abdominal wall, the uterine wall, and the umbilical membrane. The human being is made in stages in 3 waves of darkness. The Quran describes the various embryological stages in great detail. The Quran mentions in Surah Al-Mu'minun, chapter 23, verse 2014, that we have created the human being from a quintessence of clay. Then made it into a nutfa, a mind form of liquid. Then made the nutfa into alaka, a leech-like substance. Then made the alaka into mudga, a tube-like blood. Then made the mudga into izama, bones. Then clothed the bones with lahm, that is flesh. And then we made a different creature. Glory be to Allah, who is the best to create. These 3 verses of the Quran describe the various embryological stages, the initial stages of development of a human being in the mother's womb. First it says, that made it from a nutfa, which we discussed a minute from the liquid. Then made the nutfa into alaka. That means the leech-like substance, which we discussed right now. The meaning of the Arabic word alaka, it has got 3 meanings. One is a leech-like substance. It also means something which clings. And the third meaning of alaka is congealed by the blood. Besides it looking like a leech, the embryo in the initial stages, it also behaves like a leech, it behaves like a bloodsucker, it derives its nutrition from the mother through the placenta. It behaves like a bloodsucker. So besides looking like a leech, it also behaves like a leech. The second meaning, something which clings, we know that the embryo clings to the uterine wall. Throughout the 9 months when the fetus in the womb of the mother, it clings to the uterine wall. The third meaning of alaka is congealed by the blood. And today's science tells us that in the initial stages, the blood does not circulate. And the blood clots in the vessels, and appears like a conjugate of blood. So all three views of Alhamdulillah sciences is in perfect conformity to latest advances in male embryology. It further says we placed it in a qarar and makin, a place of security. And we know today that the fetus is protected posteriorly by the spinal cord, the backbone, as well as the posterior muscles. And anteriorly it is protected by the anti-abdominal wall, by the amniochorionic membrane, as well as the amniotic fluid. It protects the child. So the science could testify that the child is well protected in the womb of the mother. It further says we made the alaqa into a mudga. A mudga means a tube-like lump. So Prophet Zakir took a plaster seed and made it look into a rich like subcutaneous around here, and then placed it between his teeth, he bit it, to make it appear like a mudga, a tube-like lump. And when he thought the teeth marks, it resembled the somites for where the nerves develop. And the Quran continues, he made the mudga into his bones, and clothed the bones with rahim, that is flesh. Then we made it altogether a different creature. What does the Quran mean that we made it into altogether different creature? Till this stage of mudga, izama, rahim, tube-like lump, bones, flesh, till this stage, today science tells us the initial stages of development of a human being is similar to the development of a fish, rabbit, and many other animals. Only after this stage does the human development differ in looks. Where we have a head, then we have limbs, then the Quran says we made it into a different creature. Glory be to Allah, who is the best of three. Imagine, the Quran describes the various embryological stages in great detail. And for the Zakir, he said that this description given in the Quran, based on shapes, alaqa, leech-like substance, mudga, tube-like lump, izama, bones, lamb, flesh, is far superior to the divisions made in modern embryology. There is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. It's difficult to identify. The description given in the Quran is far more superior and much more easy.